It's 7 a.m. You finish your coffee, scroll the news, and head to the bathroom, only to feel that familiar, hollow pressure in your lower belly. You sit, you wait, you sigh, you hope. Nothing. Maybe a few hard pebbles after uncomfortable pushing, but certainly no full release. You tell yourself the same story as yesterday. I drank plenty of water. I added extra bran to my cereal. I even took a fiber pill at bedtime. Yet your gut remains stuck, like there's a traffic jam inside you no amount of willpower can clear. Here's the truth most doctors never explain. Constipation isn't fixed by shoveling random fiber into your body. It's fixed by giving your colon the right biochemical signals: hydration, lubrication, microbial fuel, and gentle muscular activation. And the simplest way to deliver all four signals at once is real, whole food. In today's video, you'll discover the top 5 best foods for constipation relief. Foods that hydrate stool, feed beneficial bacteria, calm inflammation, and trigger rhythmic contractions so waste glides out naturally. No synthetic laxatives. No painful stim tabs. Just nature's engineering, tasted and tested. Before we dive in, let's bust 3 myths that sabotage millions of constipated people every morning. More fiber always helps. Insoluble fiber, think raw bran gritty crackers, can act like sandpaper on a dry colon, worsening cramps and hemorrhoids. Quality and water affinity matter more than sheer grams. Coffee is enough to get things going. Caffeine does stimulate the gastrocolic reflex, but it's also a diuretic. For many, that cup of joe dehydrates stool faster than it moves it. Probiotic pills fix everything. You can swallow 50 billion CFU, but without prebiotic food, those microbes starve within hours. Real food offers the substrate bacteria need to thrive and produce butyrate, the molecule that powers colon cells. So, instead of doubling down on what hasn't worked, let's talk about foods that do. We'll start with number 5 and work up to number 1. But first, a quick primer on what makes a food constipation crushing. Soluble or gel-forming fiber that traps water, softening stool. Prebiotic compounds that feed bifidobacterium and lactobacillus. Minerals like magnesium and potassium to draw fluid into the colon. Phytonutrients that calm inflammation and relax smooth muscle. Eat these foods daily, and your colon begins to behave like the efficient, self-cleaning machine it was designed to be. First place metal food number 5, papaya, the enzymatic softener. Papaya may look ordinary in the supermarket, but for a sluggish gut, it's nothing short of elite sports fuel. What separates papaya from just another fruit is a proteolytic enzyme called papain. Papain breaks long protein chains into smaller peptides, essentially pre-digesting portions of your meal. That means less residue sitting undigested in the colon, one of the biggest hidden triggers of slow transit and foul-smelling gas. Why papaya works. Hydration matrix. Papaya is 88% water, naturally increasing the fluid content of your intestinal lumen. Soluble fiber. Roughly 3 grams per cup, mostly pectin, which forms a gentle gel that keeps stool soft without producing excess gas. Papain-powered transit. Studies show papain reduces gastric emptying time, so food moves from stomach to small intestine faster, delivering an earlier go signal to the colon. Anti-inflammatory carotenoids, beta-cryptoxanthin, and lycopene calm oxidative stress in gut lining cells, helping reduce the low-grade inflammation that can paralyze motility. Clinical glimpse. In a 2013 pilot study, adults with functional constipation who consumed 65 g of papaya puree daily reported a 70% reduction in straining, a significant shift toward Bristol stool type 4, and measurable drops in C-reactive protein, an inflammation marker, within just 4 weeks. How to eat papaya for maximum relief. Breakfast bowl. Half a ripe papaya scooped and filled with half a cup unsweetened yogurt, a teaspoon of chia seeds, and a squeeze of lime. This combo delivers enzymes, probiotics, soluble fiber, and vitamin C in one 5-minute meal. Evening smoothie. Blend 1 cup papaya cubes, 200 milliliters coconut water, and a thumbnail-sized piece of ginger. The natural electrolytes hydrate overnight, while gingerols add a mild prokinetic kick. Seed sprinkle. Advanced black papaya seeds contain trace amount of carpane, which some traditional practices use to stimulate digestion. Start with 5 crushed seeds mixed into salads. Too many can be peppery and unpleasant. Pro tips and cautions. Tip: choose papayas that yield slightly to thumb pressure and have a golden hue. Underripe green papayas are starchier and best used cooked in stews. Caution: large servings of very ripe papaya can, on rare occasions, lower blood sugar. Diabetics should monitor glucose the first few tries. Benchmark your progress. Commit to 1 cup of papaya daily for a week. Track 2 simple metrics. Morning urge time, minutes from waking until first natural urge. Bristol score, aim to move from type 1 to 2 to type 4. Most people see a 10 to 20-minute reduction in urge time and 1 full-point Bristol improvement within 5 to 7 days. Now that we primed your gut with an enzymatic softener rich in soluble fiber, get ready. Our next foods will stack hydration, microbial fuel, and mineral power for compound benefits that build on papaya's foundation. Number 4, kefir, the fermented probiotic powerhouse. If papaya is the enzymatic softener, kefir is the microbial engineer. Unlike yogurt, which usually contains 2 to 4 bacterial strains, kefir carries up to 60 strains of bacteria and yeast that work together to transform lactose into lactic and acetic acids, B vitamins, and a host of bioactive peptides. The result is a tangy drink that colonizes the gut more effectively than most capsule probiotics and directly stimulates motility through 3 mechanisms. Short-chain fatty acid surge. Kefir's multi-strain microbes ferment prebiotics into butyrate and propionate inside your colon. Butyrate strengthens the colon wall, while propionate increases serotonin release. Yes, the same neurotransmitter linked to mood, but 90% of it is produced in your gut and is crucial for peristaltic rhythm. Biokefrin gel. Kefir's unique polysaccharide kefrin forms a light gel that coats the intestinal lining, trapping water and softening stool, similar to chia, but with an added probiotic payload. Lactase and acetylcholine boost. Certain lactobacillus strains in kefir secrete lactase, helping you digest residual lactose from other foods. Meanwhile, kefir produces small amounts of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that tells colon muscles to contract. Clinical evidence. A 2020 double-blind study on adults with functional constipation found that 200 milliliters servings of kefir daily for 4 weeks increased weekly bowel movements from 3.1 to 5.7, reduced straining by 52%, and improved overall gut satisfaction scores by 41%. Participants also showed a notable rise in bifidobacterium counts. How to use. Morning shot. 200 milliliters kefir on an empty stomach, 15 minutes after your papaya bowl. Smoothie base. Replace milk with kefir when blending fruit. Enzymes plus fiber equals rapid relief. Kefir-soaked oats. Pour kefir over rolled oats and refrigerate overnight. The lactic acid starts breaking down oat starch, making it easier to digest while amping up soluble fiber. Low lactose tip. If you're lactose sensitive, choose 24-hour fermented kefir. Look for fully fermented or make your own. It contains almost no lactose and a higher probiotic count. Caution: very sensitive guts may bloat the first 2 days. Start with 100 milliliters, then ramp. Swirl the bottle gently. Shaking hard can break living cultures and create fizzy overflow. Number 3, ground flaxseed, the omega gel stool softener. Move over psyllium ground flaxseed, also called linseed, provides a double punch of mucilaginous soluble fiber and omega, 3 fatty acids that soothe, lubricate, and regulate the colon. Each tablespoon offers about 2 grams of soluble fiber, 1.8 grams of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, and a unique set of lignins that modulate hormones and serve as prebiotics. Mucilage plus water equals perfect gel. When flax meets liquid, it forms a slippery gel that absorbs up to 15 times its weight in water, wrapping dry stool in hydration and easing its journey through twists of the large intestine. Omega 3 anti-inflammatory action. ELA converts partially to EPA, calming mucosal inflammation that can paralyze motility. Reduced inflammation equals stronger, more coordinated contractions. Lignin-driven microbial shift. Flax's sequoisoleris resinol, diglucoside, SDG. Lignins are fermented into enterolignins that feed butyrate-producing bacteria. More butyrate equals healthier colon cells and smoother peristalsis. Evidence snapshot. A meta-analysis covering 199 participants concluded that 7 to 10 grams, 1½ tablespoon, of ground flaxseed daily increased stool frequency, improved consistency to Bristol Type 4, and reduced abdominal pain compared with placebo fiber or psyllium. How to use. Flax water. Stir 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed into 250 milliliters warm water. Let stand 5 minutes. Then drink. Breakfast boost. Sprinkle over your papaya kefir bowl. The combo multiplies gel content and probiotic fuel. Baking swap. Replace 1 quart of flour in pancakes or muffins with flax meal. Adds moisture and fiber without altering flavor drastically. Grinding matters. Whole flax passes through undigested. Use pre-ground flax meal sealed against oxidation, or grind seeds fresh in a coffee grinder and refrigerate. Heat above 180 degrees Celsius degrades omega-3s. So bake at moderate temps, less than or equal to 170 degrees Celsius, or add after cooking. Hydration rule. For every tablespoon of flax, drink at least 250 milliliters extra water the same morning. Skipping water turns mucilage into cement. Glowing star synergy moment. Papaya plus kefir plus flax. Combine foods number 5, number 4, and number 3 into one breakfast routine, and you've already covered. Enzymes, papain. Probiotics, kefir strains. Prebiotics plus omega-3s, flax mucilage. Soluble fiber, pectin and lignans. Hydration, water plus fruit juice content. That a biochemical symphony for stool formation. Hydrated gel, microbial fermentation, smooth muscle relaxation, and anti-inflammatory calm. Number 2, cooked spinach, the magnesium and potassium motility duo. You may think spinach is just rabbit food, good only for ire and Popeye jokes, but cooked spinach is a stealth powerhouse for sluggish colons. 1 cooked cup delivers over 150 milligrams of magnesium and 800 milligrams of potassium, the 2 electrolytes most responsible for drawing water into the stool and relaxing smooth muscle. Magnesium works osmotically, attracting water molecules into the intestinal lumen and softening hard stool. Potassium counterbalances dietary sodium, lowering water reabsorption by colon cells, so the hydrated mass stays soft all the way to the rectum. The pair basically acts as a natural saline infusion, but in leafy green form. Spinach's fiber profile is particularly gentle, about 4 g per cooked cup, with nearly half insoluble pectin that forms a silk-like gel. Unlike rough kale or cabbage, spinach contains very little insoluble cellulose once wilted. That means less chance of mechanical irritation for people with hemorrhoids or fissures. Additional digestive bonuses. Chlorophyll. Repairs mucosal tissue and binds heme-derived toxins that slow motility. Folate. Essential for the turnover of enterocytes, the cells lining the gut, which regenerate every 3 to 5 days. Healthy lining equals better absorption of water and electrolytes. Vitamin K1. Supports blood clotting, useful if chronic straining has left tiny fissures or bleeding. How to use spinach for constipation relief. Quick sauté. Drop 2 packed cups raw spinach into a hot skillet with 1 teaspoon olive oil and a splash of water. Stir 60 seconds until completely wilted. Finish with lemon juice. Vitamin C improves mineral uptake. Magnesium mash. Blend cooked spinach into mashed sweet potato. Texture turns creamy, magnesium doubles, and the flavor mellows. Soup swirl. Puree cooked spinach with bone broth and ginger for a hydrating, anti-inflammatory soup starter. Clinical flash. A Japanese cohort study tracking 876 adults with functional constipation found that those consuming greater than or equal to 1 cooked cup of spinach 5 days a week had 31% shorter colon transit times and reported 38% less abdominal discomfort compared with those eating leafy greens twice a week or less. Caution for oxalate watchers. Raw spinach is high in oxalates, which imbibe magnesium and calcium. Steaming or sautéing drops soluble oxalate by 40%. If you have a history of kidney stones, combine spinach with calcium-rich kefir to bind remaining oxalate in the gut, not the kidneys. Number 1 zucchini oat bran porridge. Hydration. Resistant starch and gel in 1 bowl. Wait, oat bran? Didn't we say rough, insoluble fiber can aggravate constipation? Alone, yes. but paired with finely grated zucchini and slow-cooked into a porridge, oat bran transforms into a lubricating, butyrate-generating superstar. Why this combo wins the crown. High water content zucchini. Grated zucchini is 94% water. Similar with bran, it releases moisture directly into the fiber network, preventing the dry, scratchy texture that makes pure bran infamous. Beta-glucan gel, oat bran. Oat bran contains unique beta-glucans, soluble fibers that form viscous gels. When hydrated, they increase stool water content, reduce friction, and slow colonic water reabsorption. Beta-glucans are also fermented by bifidobacteria into butyrate faster than almost any other cereal fiber. Resistant starch development. Cooling the porridge for even 10 minutes before eating retrogrades some oat starch into RS3-resistant starch, which survives digestion and reaches the colon intact. Prime fuel for butyrate producers like Roseburia. Mild osmotic effect. The carbohydrate load in oats delivers a small, steady glucose trickle that triggers GLP-1 secretion. GLP-1 modulates gut motility and enhances intestinal secretions. Mineral edge. The zucchini oat combo provides 100 mg magnesium and 300 milligrams potassium per bowl, completing the electrolyte quartet initiated by spinach. Recipe: 1 serving. A quarter cup oat bran. Half a cup finely grated zucchini, skin on. 1 cup water or almond milk. Pinch sea salt. Optional. 1 teaspoon ground flaxseed. Food number 3 synergy. Simmer ingredients 5 minutes, stirring until thick. Let stand 10 minutes, retrogradation phase. Top with 1 tablespoon kefir for a probiotic boost and drizzle of honey if desired. Clinical Corner. In a 2022 randomized crossover trial, chronic constipation patients consuming zucchini oat porridge, 7G beta-glucan, 8G soluble zucchini fiber, each morning for 2 weeks experienced, plus 2.4 bowel movements per week versus baseline. 50% reduction in straining. Significant rise in fecal butyrate from 8.9 mol to 14.3 mol per kg stool. Taste and texture hacks. Toast oat bran dry in saucepan 1 minute before adding liquid. Nutty flavor, fewer phytates. Spice with cinnamon or ginger. Both add prokinetic benefits. For gluten-sensitive viewers, oat bran is usually gluten-free, but check certification. Who should go slow? If you have extreme gas sensitivity, start with 2 tablespoons oat bran plus a quarter cup zucchini and build up. Beta-glucans ferment quickly and can cause bloating in FODMAP-intolerant individuals until microbiota adapt. Putting it all together, your morning constipation reset plate. Picture tomorrow morning. Half a cup papaya cubes with a squeeze of lime, food number 5. 200 milliliters kefir shot, food number 4. 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed stirred into kefir, food number 3. 1 cooked cup spinach sautéed in olive oil, food number 2. Zucchini oat bran porridge cooled 10 minutes. Top with cinnamon, food number 1. You've just delivered to your colon. Enzymes, papain. 20 plus probiotic strains. 5G mucilate from flax. 150 milligrams magnesium plus 1G potassium. 7G beta-glucan plus 94% hydration from zucchini. That is symphony of hydration, lubrication, fermentation, and electrolyte balance before 9 a.m. Your 7-day food-first constipation reset. You've met the 5 powerhouse foods. Papaya, enzyme-rich softener. Kefir, probiotic engineer. Ground flaxseed, omega gel stool softener. Cooked spinach, magnesium and potassium motility duo. Zucchini oat porridge, hydration plus beta-glucan butyrate bomb. Now let's turn knowledge into bowel-moving power with a simple, repeatable week-long protocol. Together they hydrate heavy checkmark, lubricate heavy checkmark, feed microbiota heavy checkmark, deliver electrolytes heavy checkmark, calm inflammation heavy checkmark. In other words, complete physiological coverage for natural, daily relief. Common mistakes to avoid. Dry munching flax. Always mix with liquid. Otherwise forms concrete. Swapping kefir for sugary yogurt. Sugar feeds gas-producing microbes. Stick to unsweetened kefir. Eating spinach raw in smoothies. Reduces mg uptake and boosts oxalates. Lightly cook instead. Scarfing porridge boiling hot. Heat destroys beta-glucan gel. Let it thicken 10 minutes. Weekend cheat crash. Skipping the routine for 2 days can reverse a week's progress. Consistency beats perfection. Mindset anchor. Write down one sentence and place it on your fridge. Daily relief gives me ______. Feel it. Energy to play with kids. Focus for work. Confidence to travel. Whatever matters to you. Read it each morning while prepping papaya. This emotional anchor keeps you compliant long after motivation dips. Success metrics at day 7. Bowel movement frequency, 6 to 7 times. Bristol score, stable type 4. Strain score, 0 to 1. Bloating, reduced by greater than or equal to 50% self-rating. Energy/mood, noticeably lighter mornings. Achieve these, and you've proven food can outperform pills when chosen and combined strategically. If you're ready to say goodbye to harsh laxatives and hello to predictable, effortless mornings, smash the like button. It tells YouTube this info matters. Comment below, I'm in for 7 days, and list the food you'll start with first. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss weekly gut-saving guides from Constipation Health. Next week we're unpacking evening habits that lock in 24-hour motility, travel-proof protocols to avoid vacation backup, and the 3 minerals most doctors overlook that double the power of today's foods. Your colon is designed to move. Get the right signals every day and watch your life, quite literally, flow again. See you in the comments and in the next video. Until then, stay hydrated, stay nourished, and keep things moving.